You really shouldn't fucking cuss. Little bitch.
I'm fucking cussing around the fucking kids, alright? Fuck sakes.
Bitch.
Hello everyone, welcome to the first ever Frostcast podcast. It is a furry podcast, and if you don't know what a furry is, welcome to the internet. We've been expecting you. Okay, so welcome to the first ever podcast. This is probably gonna sound like crap because Snackin' keeps on
Eating something.
eating food.
I'm running.
Wow,
actually.
you really lived up to your name, Snackin'.
I'm actually.
And I'm like going to be very quiet.
Yeah, her mic is not really working that well.
No, I
But-
have no crap.
I'm on a phone.
Yeah,
If I sound better than her and I'm on a phone, then you need a new mic.
yeah.
I'm using a built-in microphone, so yeah.
Well, I'm proud of you. So, this is already great. Just some disclaimers to put off.
Be
And
tough.
yes, that will happen. So, if you were underage, don't.
Also, if you're sensitive to offensive humor, don't listen.
Yeah, and there may be some topics that we discuss that are a little bit mature for people under the age of 13. And I do understand, like, I am a bit young, and when I was 12, I understood basically everything in life. But if you're not like me, then, if you're not like me or Emma or pretty much anyone else, then, I don't know, just choose somewhere else. I'm pretty sure Furcast has a pretty good, demographic, right?
Oh yeah, on
I
Furcast.
don't- I'm-
I'm not the same paradox as Furcast, just as a disclaimer. Even though you
Yeah.
can probably tell that by my voice.
Yeah. So, Snackin', what did you find for topics?
So, I guess the first one we'll cover. Well, I guess I'll just go through the list then. How we got into the furry fandom.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, where we
Um,
found furries or whatever, and how long have we been in the furry fandom?
Okay, so I'm actually
She's a
I-
newbie.
I'm like really new.
Mhm.
And so I actually just started drawing them because I liked the art that came from the fandom, and then Ryan was a furry, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm in the fandom. Hello.
Yeah. The funny part is, I've been dating her for, let's say, 3 or 4 years now,
Yeah.
and just like 2 months ago, I decided to say, hey, Emma, I'm a furry, and she's like, oh my god, yes.
It's just
We
oh my
need
god.
help. We need to tell each other more stuff. Like, seriously.
I have toe hair.
I mean, not need to know that.
Telling those things now.
Okay. Keep that part of the information away.
Well, I'm sorry, you already know. Can't take back the memories. I kind of regret to say this, but I kind of found the fandom through E621.
Oh, you guys have been posting that in the chat.
What?
Yeah. I don't do that. Like, I kind
It
of,
wasn't
that's
you,
how
it
I
was
found it.
fucking- Who the
And
fuck
then I
posted it?
searched more, and then I found DeviantArt and Fur Affinity, and
What?
it was very
What-
interesting.
what's the
This was
other-
3 years ago. So,
I don't know what.
Emma,
What?
we're not gonna corrupt your mind yet. Just stay fresh.
I think I have an idea what you guys are talking about, but I'm just
Yeah.
gonna try to act.
So I found the art that's not explicit, questionable, and safe. And then I decided, hey, this looks pretty nice. So then I went on iFunny, found things, did other things, messaged people about things, talked about other things, and then I met this one guy at my school, Miguel, and I saw he was on iFunny doing the same thing.
Oh yeah.
And he's supposed to be in this show, but of course, no. He keeps thinking that, oh no, you need Skype credit to talk on Skype. I'm not gonna download Skype.
You use Skype credit.
I
You
don't
use
even
Skype
know
credit
what
for like,
that
I don't even know
Don't
what you need
Skype credit to
for.
talk on Skype.
You need Skype credit to call phone numbers through
right.
Skype.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which we're not doing, so.
Yeah,
Why
it's,
not? You don't have Skype.
he doesn't understand. I'm probably gonna get him to do that in some later time.
Yeah,
And
Miguel, I need to finish that drawing.
yeah, Emma here is an artist.
Yep.
And we have a commission page set up, but it's not yet open.
Not
So
open. Don't ask.
I'll put, like, in a future one that we do, I will have the link in the description for that. but like she is an amazing artist.
I'm not that. Like, I always think, I'm really proud of this sketch. And then I go and I look at other artists and I'm just like, oh my god, I feel so terrible.
Well, you can't exactly be the next Jason Effects, but you're getting there.
I've been drawing for like 2 years now, okay? So.
It's really good. Like, I don't know. When there's sometimes I look at speed drawings, it just doesn't look fun. But when I'm sitting here watching her draw on her sketch pad for 2.5 hours one night, and it's like the most entertaining thing I've ever seen. And like, she draws so well.
Yeah, but you made me like so nervous. I'm like, okay, Emma, you can actually do this without making the character look really
I think
weird.
we made a record. We've gotten off of topic faster
Yeah,
than anybody
back
else
to the
ever
topic.
heard.
So
Well,
Miguel,
Dave.
he was doing that, and I said, "Hey, hi, you're a furry too," and he's like, "Oh my god, yes." So 2 oh my god yeses in the past 2 months, which is great.
I don't even remember like when you said. I'm just like, oh my god, you're a furry. Thank you.
Thank you. What about you, Paradox?
I honestly, I found the furry fandom so long ago that I can't remember when. But
Oh, wow.
I'm new to considering myself a furry, even
Oh,
though
yeah.
I've pretty much done everything that furries like normally would do, and I just do it more now. I don't
Yeah.
remember. I honestly have no idea where I found it. But it probably wasn't clean art, honestly. I'm not
Yeah.
ashamed of admitting that.
That's like where most of it starts. Like,
Honestly, I am thankful
Yeah.
I actually
I
haven't
have
found
this.
any in
I
that
have this
art.
theory.
I've purposely avoided that.
What's
So I
the
have
art
this
theory?
theory. Like I've started to notice this through talking to a lot of people in different group chats. I started to notice that a lot of people like anime. So,
Yeah.
Like the whole majority, everyone loves.
Actually, funny part is, I actually found it through Pokemon.
Pokemon.
Oh god.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
What
anthro
kind of
versions of
things do you
Pokemon.
watch at night?
Okay.
Yeah, it's like when I was 11, I decided, and back on what Paradox said, I never really considered myself a furry until 4 months ago, but I knew everything about them like 4 years ago. So
I just knew that they were like animals and humans. That's all I knew until like 2
Honestly, I've
months
probably
ago.
known about furries since I was maybe 12 or younger, which is kind of. I spend too much time on the internet is the moral of the story. Don't
Yes.
spend
Okay,
as much time
I'm-
on the internet as I do.
I actually spend so much time researching the world on the internet that I'm down on my people in 7th grade and I'm just like, you are all mortals compared to me.
the society, I swear, like my school, Miguel's the only one I know that's in the furry in school,
I know
and
one for. I know for a
that's
fact.
about it.
Okay. You can
Ryan's
go.
the only one I know that's a furry.
I know.
Yeah.
I know one furry in my school. I know. There's pretty much only one because nobody knows what a furry is in my school.
Oh yeah, I said that and my mom started laughing hysterically and I'm just like, oh my god. What have I
Yeah.
done?
My mom does not approve.
My mom.
Never
my
tell
mom
your
is-
parents, kids.
My mom approves, but she's actually crazy. So, I mean,
Yeah.
if you talk to me about my mom, then you know the story on that. But she said that she wanted to join the furry fandom when I told her
What?
that. She wanted to
Nice.
go to a convention. But when I
That's
told her,
so
I told her I
cool.
wanted to go to a furry con, I was just like, Mom, I'm a furry and I want to go to con. So she told me she wanted to join the fandom and go to a con as soon as she found out that I was a furry. So I mean,
Nice.
she's probably known about it for a while.
Can I have your mom?
Yeah.
Because my mom started laughing hysterically. And
Yeah,
said
let's
that-
all
don't
go
want
live
my
at
mom.
Paradox's house. Let's all go live at Paradox's house.
So my parents don't give a shit.
I'll explain to you over a kick exactly why you do not want my mom, or over the Skype chat.
Yeah, Emma already
want
knows
my
why
mom.
about me. So, Snacking, what about you? You haven't talked much.
Well, let me get back onto the thing I was talking about, my analysis.
Yes, your theory.
Oh yeah, my theory about
I'm
some
sorry, I had a
people
bug.
is actually the way I actually found the furry fandom. So there's actually
Anime.
Yeah, so the anime. I was a huge otaku for about. Well, I wouldn't say otaku. Otaku's like. I don't know. I was very big anime fan. I mean,
What is an otaku? Is that like
I-
a bunch of anime
That's what
fans?
I don't understand. Like,
I think
if you're an otaku, Why don't you just call yourself an anime fan? It just sounds so much.
So I call myself an anime.
You'll never know
I
how much
jokingly
I
say
dislike
otaku, but I prefer anime enthusiast.
I probably
You'll
shouldn't
never
like
know how
talking
much I
about how
dislike
weird it
when
is.
people refer to themselves as otaku.
Yeah,
Because
it's
that's
like a
an
midget
insult.
calling themselves a midget.
If you went to Japan and you called yourself an otaku, people would laugh at you because it's
And
so
then
much
slap you.
insult. It's
Dude,
one. It's
I like
a
how
That's how you
very
do the way
funny.
of the samurai.
Then again, weeboos go into Japan, and then they're accepted.
I would definitely.
Weeaboos be like, where are the subtitles? Filthy Frank reference,
Like
count it.
seriously, I do not know a lick of Japan. Like I cannot speak.
I don't even know like the basic things I've learned from anime.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like kawaii.
Kawaii. Kawaii desu.
Senpai noticed me.
I suddenly feel like an inferior anime fan now.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Don't worry, it's just like I said,
I
that's
probably
the
shouldn't be like making fun of anime fans if I had like a wall dedicated to anime.
I'm definitely inferior to you. I bow down.
I can make fun of anime fans because I am one. Gives me the
Yeah.
damn right to.
That's like how I make fun of white people, and I'm Irish, so.
Okay, I'm gonna.
The
Is anyone a
best thing.
brony in this chat?
Brony?
Yeah,
No.
she's the only. Well, you're a woman, so I don't think you're called a brony.
I'm a pagan.
That's what it is.
Yeah, Pegasus. I was like, I never know.
Funny
Best
story.
thing about
you
fandoms
will.
are you can insult people and have no idea what you're talking about.
Yep.
It's the best thing ever.
It's like when somebody uses big words to like try to insult me, and then I'm just thinking, so you're using words that I don't understand, and I'm gonna take this as an insult.
I used to call people Homo sapiens. In sixth grade, I would insult them with that because nobody knew what it meant.
Yep.
And
They just heard homo and they're like, oh man.
It actually now is kind of an insult once you have the full perspective of how the human race is driving the Earth into a complete wasteland. So I mean, it wasn't really an insult, but now it kind of is. Being normal. Being normal is an insult.
Alright. Yeah, I really don't like normal. Like, being normal is so boring. Like, any person is normal. I
Oh my
don't
god, I
technically.
just noticed I like look over and I see like my statue doing. I have like statues all over my shelf. And like one of them is just. It has fallen face first into the ground. And the one next to it is like doing a victory pose.
Snekin, your background appears to be cancer.
Yeah, it's cancer. It's definitely cancer.
Definitely cancer.
I
Very
apologize
loud
'cause I
cancer.
can't. For some reason, I don't know why it won't let me use my Turtle Beach headset, but
Technically, aren't
flipping tables.
most I think that most people have some sort of mental disorder. The majority of people. So wouldn't normal be people who are mentally disabled or crazy? So I mean,
Like me.
normal, what you usually would have it referred to be, would be fitting in with society, which is an insult. But when being called normal, they're calling you somebody who doesn't fit in with society, so it would kind of be a compliment.
Huh.
Yeah. That.
Honestly, I
don't
think
know.
that.
Alone thinking about things that have no point. So I mean,
Honestly, the only reason like people don't accept like us type of peoples into society is because we actually like step back and say, you know what? This
world
thing that
sucks.
everyone's doing is completely stupid.
Yeah.
have you heard of
I've
this
come to not
thing?
care
Have
anymore.
you heard of this new thing that people do? Where you
What?
go into a bathroom with your friend, and he or she puts his arm around your neck and prevents you from breathing until you pass out. Apparently,
Oh, yeah.
It's the new fad of getting high.
Yep.
What?
Yeah,
I've strangled in
these
Fairview
days.
people.
Is this like
this is
okay?
a thing.
I bet you this started off as, like some guy saying, "Hey, dude, you want to get high? Let me choke you to death."
It's called being choked out. And I was talking
That's
to
the
a
thing you
parent
did to
in a
people in
restaurant.
fights. What the
I was
Yeah.
talking
Yeah.
to a parent in a restaurant. Her kid got suspended for 3 days because they were found in a bathroom unconscious because their friend left them in the bathroom after choking them out. Their friend just left them in the fucking bathroom.
Like, here, buddy, you just stay here.
Aw,
You're
man.
gonna be alright. You're gonna be okay. You'll be fine.
I
It'll be
mean,
fine.
You'll be fine.
So-
usually being
so nothing
choked
bad
when you're
comes back.
unconscious it was a scary thing that you'd see in horror movies like the Red Dragon,
If
Hannibal
people are
Lecter,
using
stuff
it
like
to-
that. But
I
now,
think I know what this is. Is that like probably because they get a rush of adrenaline?
Yeah, right before you pass out, you get like super high, but you can't prevent passing out once you get this, and then you like freaking pass.
Yeah,
Hell.
it's really like really stupid.
It's like, hey, bro, come into the bathroom. You want to get high? Sure.
No,
It's
but
like,
it's not like that.
I was not expecting this way of getting high.
No, because people fully expect this. I mean, this is something that people repeat
Wow.
over and over again. This is
What?
bad of
Over
snorting
and over.
pixie sticks and Smarties.
You know what happens when your brain
That's
does
what I
not
did
get
when I
enough
was a kid.
oxygen? On
It
repeated,
dies.
yeah, it dies if it doesn't have enough oxygen. So this repeated will cause brain damage.
No,
That's
I
actually
mean,
what scientists have explained this. If you don't let go right when they pass out, then your brain cells start to die. So if you
Yeah.
do this with somebody who doesn't know what to do, you're probably going to be not
Brain
the
dead.
same person when you wake up.
yeah. So I guess that's a good way to switch personalities, though.
Yeah, let me just lose.
Has
brain
anyone ever
chips.
heard of
Yeah.
a lobotomy?
No,
Lobotomy,
I
you
saw-
mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've not.
that's
like-
horrible. That's horrible.
I don't even know what that is. Like I've heard the
Yeah,
name
it's like
thrown
they
around.
put like a
Don't even talk about that. That's
Don't even explain.
disgusting.
Not appropriate for YouTube, Emma.
fine.
It's pretty.
fine.
It's bad. Well, okay, we'll just address it. It's
Look up
bad.
lobotomy
It's
on the
bad.
internet and be disgusted by the things that people used to actually think helped people get better.
Like,
Yeah.
why would they think that cured mental disease?
It did, because the people no longer had the ability to think.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, so you can't think. Yep, you're fixed. You can't think. That's just like society right
Here, Ryan, I can type it.
What is it? What-
Ryan, do you know
That's
what
It's
it
the
is?
government. You can't fucking think.
I don't care enough, Emma. It's alright. I don't want to know, honestly.
Fine,
Okay.
I know something you don't know.
So, I got a topic that kind of makes me mad, and it's happened to me a couple times.
What?
Offensives?
No. What happens is, you'll be talking to some random fur, and they'll ask you about your persona, and you would say, oh, it's just something simple. And they're like, insult you about it, and then they give you like a 400-page essay describing theirs.
Oh my god.
And it's like, there is a there's a blue dot and a circular floating glowing orb at the tip of the second ribbon on the ear. And like, really?
You had to
That
go
is
into. You had to go
literally-
into this amount of detail to explain, so I have the perfect image. Why don't you just draw it for me?
Yeah.
You
Like,
laughed so hard.
there was this one called Exterio, which was on Fur Affinity. It was like so like detailed.
I hate details.
And it was like 7 different
Fine, I'll have the bag.
it was like a hybrid of 7 different animals, and like it had floating rings around its arm, and
Go out of my room, please.
it was weird.
Don't
But
turn
like,
that off.
the topic is, why do people
Can I get my
insult you for like some-
Go away.
it's like your persona, it's good, and then someone says, oh, yours isn't good enough.
I don't know. I haven't had that problem
Neither have
right
I.
now.
If somebody
I
was
mean-
angry, they'd be sad. They
Yeah.
would get a very long conversation with
Are you
you that would
quiet,
probably result in
sir?
them being extremely unhappy with
My room is
themselves.
like,
Yeah.
go to sleep.
I have like 4 of them, but they're based off personas I made. So
Yeah.
My
I mean, it's like mine were.
Bunny rabbit.
Yeah. Emma's is a bunny rabbit.
Yeah.
She likes
Bunny
bunnies.
rabbit.
The description of my persona is very comical because
Yeah.
I'm not very good at like math when I'm just thinking really quickly because I think too fast. So I had an extra 5% when I was describing the percentage of the different animals in my persona. So I just put that down as question mark because I didn't feel like retyping.
Yeah.
And that's now a long-running joke between like anybody who's heard the description of that. I really haven't had that problem. If you're gonna insult what somebody else has put their effort into,
Yeah.
then you should be prepared for people to insult yours, because you wouldn't like that, because obviously you spend a lot of time if you think yours is superior. You shouldn't be insulting somebody else's work. That's what they put their time in.
It doesn't have to be creative or like a bunch of mix of different things. Like it could just be
It's
the most
talking
simplest
animal
fox you can ever think of, and it could have its own personality. That's what is a persona. It's its own personality.
And if somebody doesn't describe the persona, the first thing you should probably think about is they may not be good at actually describing things. It may not be their persona is simple. It's just that they're not good at describing things or typing things or phrasing things. It's not necessarily a problem with what they have thought of, but a problem with them actually being able to communicate it to you.
I actually remember one time Ryan said that my bunny rabbit was like he was watching me draw, and he said like it had like no color variety. It was white. It's just a white bunny.
It's just white.
It's just a white bunny rabbit.
It's just a white bunny.
But most bunny rabbits like that you see are like white.
My last bunny, like my last two bunnies that died, both had brown spots on them.
I brown spots, okay?
Yeah. Well, okay, so easy thing right here. First topic bringer. I'm going to go to Google and type in furries are and see what pops up.
Okay.
Okay, first one. Furries are weird.
Of course.
Furries are disgusting. Furries are evil. Furries are creepy. Furries
sometimes.
This is why. Let me find news articles. Keep talking.
But I guess I'll go back onto the fucking otaku thing. Just gonna explain. I'll fucking do that shit. See.
I think he's on hold. Yeah, he said he's on hold.
Oh, okay.
Oogie. But I was a big, I got into anime about 2 years ago, I got into my freshman year, and, been anime fan ever since, and, I remember one day I was on my Funny, and I don't know how I found this, but I just found some, anthro art, and I was like, hey, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So I went through the file, saw that, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'll subscribe.
Yeah, that's how I got
into
on that. I really, really love the art.
Yeah, that's what was cool. But one of the things is, which is why, sorry.
Oh.
I don't like to describe it much. I think I've said it in a few chats, but saying the secret to how I actually really got into it was the YIF. I found the YIF.
Yeah.
I actually,
was like,
I haven't seen
that's pretty good.
Emma hasn't seen any of it, which is I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but
I know what it is, and I know what it'll look like because I've seen other stuff. But I actually haven't seen any of it.
Yeah.
There's
I could go look that up right now, but I'm not about that right now. No, the answer is no.
But what most anime fans are into is the hentai.
Oh yeah, with tentacles and stuff, right?
Well, hey, that's stereotypes, man.
Hey, there's a reason stereotypes exist. Asians are bad at driving. Irish people get drunk, and I will. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna probably have to he's gonna call me at midnight saying, "Yeah, Mom, I'm drunk. I need you to drive me home."
At least I'm gonna be the smart one that doesn't get out on a car when I'm hammered.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna follow you to the pub.
Don't do it, kids. Don't drink and drive.
I'm just here in case he farts.
Okay, easy topic right here. Found on Google. Searching for furry chat topics. If you have a fursuit or when you're going to get one, what is the first thing you will do?
Wear it.
Put the head on and wear it for a while.
Oh my god, you people. By that time, I'm going to go through multiple drive-thrus.
So I would wear it I would wear it everywhere. I'd wear the head around everywhere.
I'm going to go up to McDonald's in the suit and just be like, hi. Okay. Let's see here. I need a double cheeseburger, and I'm just at the menu thing right there, and I'm ordering, and then I drive up, and they ask me, and I'm like, oh, I need it for my human.
They're just like, what? I just
what?
You know what would be hilarious? You did that, and I just walked up like, are you almost done?
Yeah. That's great, but I don't know. Another thing that I might do, I might end up going to a bowling alley because that's fun.
You probably would have smacked with the bowling ball.
I'm really bad at bowling. I am very bad at bowling, but I'll at least try.
I'm okay.
I don't know about driving with
Speaking
a
of
big
which,
head on.
Ryan. So when I go to high school, me and my friend are already planning this, but we're gonna get revenge on our longtime bully, Taylor. Oh, I probably shouldn't mention her name on YouTube. Oh well, so hate her.
There's a
It
lot of
doesn't
people with the
matter.
name Taylor, so it doesn't matter.
There's a lot of people with the name Taylor. Like, that's like the most common woman name out there.
Yeah, besides Emma.
Besides Emma. Or,
There are like a million Emmas at my school.
Charkeisha.
Charquisha.
Charkeisha.
At least
You know,
nowadays,
I never
fuck's
understood
sakes.
that. Women
Anyway.
have very complicated names compared to guys. Like,
Because they're fucking
I've seen-
fabulous.
back when, I was in
Okay, well,
2nd grade, there was this one girl, and, yes, we can hear you. There was this one girl, her name was La Fantisha. In 2nd grade.
How do you pronounce that?
La Fantisha.
La Fantisha.
La Fantisha.
Is she
There
from
was a girl
fucking
at my school named Flora
Russia?
for a few weeks.
I don't know, but it was weird. Also, I saw this one hilarious thing, and I'm probably gonna try to do this. This one family, this Colorado family, faked a British accent for 8 years so that their daughter would grow up with a British accent.
Oh my.
And she did.
That's amazing. I want that.
It's because you get your accent from your parents, right? Because my dad has a deeper Irish accent, and then my mom is a more Texan. So I kind of like am a mix between those two. That's why I sound retarded at times.
That's amazing. I would love to have those parents. The British accents are amazing.
Excuse me, Penance. Why do you both sound like normal retards and I sound amazing?
Well,
You sound like Dewey from like Family Guy.
so,
Yeah, I know. I try.
I randomly break into a British accent because when you play with a
I love
British
accents.
yeah, like
Person.
four
Yeah.
British people for like a full summer, you kind of develop the accent by
Yeah,
accident.
you get it after
Okay.
a while.
the one thing that
I'm worried
Some people
because
would
I can no longer determine what is a British accent anymore because I've gotten so used to it.
You've got to enunciate a little bit more.
You don't
You
sound
have to
British.
get. I'm
Take your
trying.
vitamin.
Okay, I'm trying. Screw off.
Fuck off.
the one thing about the furry fandom that might be a tiny bit bad is there are words that you would normally think are like just
Don't
harmless
exist.
words, but then when you hear them after being in the furry fandom long enough, they are hilarious, and you just
Yeah.
start laughing at people. You're insane.
What?
Like the
Like
word
not.
not.
Like,
Yeah.
God.
You get very used to the normal definition of that, and then you keep on thinking weird thoughts whenever you hear it in normal conversation.
Yeah.
That's like what happened with me and my friend. We both like will take one word and we'll turn it into like this inside joke. So when someone
Yeah.
actually like somebody other than my friend says that word, I just start laughing hysterically.
And no one knows what you're doing.
They don't think I'm evil.
Yeah.
I actually convinced two of my friends that I was a vampire for about 3 days before they realized I wasn't. But they still thought I was possessed.
Oh yeah. Funny story. The nurse at my school wants me to stop going outside
Why?
because the sun raises my blood pressure to dangerous points. Like the
You're a
sun hates me.
vampire.
The sun literally hates me. That's why I'm Frost, like the owner of this. I cannot stand the heat, and I live in Texas.
If you came down here,
This is why
That's
we're living
inconvenient.
if you came
That's
down here,
weird.
the reason you'd stay inside is because it's way too cold.
I would love to do like I'd go out in my underwear and just do snow angels.
And then I would
He's a
drag out-
Canadian in fucking Texas.
It,
What
like,
the fuck?
No, I'm
below freezing here, but it's so windy. The rain doesn't freeze; it just hits you. You do, and then it gets really hot after that because
Yeah.
the weather out here is whatever the hell the best mental disorder to describe it would be.
yeah.
just
The
mental.
weather in Texas,
Oh, I
bipolar.
hate it.
So bipolar.
We had hail the other day.
We had hail in the middle of spring at 80 degrees. Hail,
giant
like
ball.
golf ball size hail.
You wanna talk about fucking bipolar? I fucking come up to Colorado, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I
Why
tell
are you
you.
talking in like an Irish accent or something?
That's not Irish. That's
I don't
Scottish.
know.
I
It's,
can't-
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
it's
my-
Scottish because that's
it's Scottish.
played with. Scottish,
Scottish.
and Scottish and British actually. It was like half Scottish.
I'm actually
half British.
Scottish. I'm Scottish, Czech, American.
Let's see. Let's go over my races. Mostly Irish, very, very Irish.
Very Irish.
Around 70% in there. I got 12%
Excuse me.
Scottish, and then the rest is German and Native American.
I have no idea what I am, honestly.
I think that you're a mutt.
Lol.
He sounds like a.
That's like an insult on both fandom and actual
Real life.
that's like
Oh, I've not. Well, I know what I am
Ow.
in the furry fandom. I don't know what cultures I am related to.
Well, you sound like a mixture between Yugoslavian, when that was still a country, a mixture between that, German, and maybe South African.
Well, I'm pretty sure that I'm mostly white, except for my thumb.
Yep, your thumb is.
Look, if I sent you a picture of my thumb, just my thumb, you
Just your thumb.
yeah.
Nothing else. Black background. Just your thumb is illuminated right there. Like, ah!
My thumb looks kind of African in skin
Dude,
color, and the rest of
dude.
me looks mostly white.
You're an albino spooby.
What? Oh,
That's what
here on
you
the
are.
podcast, we hate everybody.
Yeah. Don't worry. That's why we gave the disclaimer to everyone that there might be offensive topics.
Yeah.
but it's not really a
Offenses.
topic. That's just like the normal.
We make jokes that may offend you, and we do
Yeah.
not care.
claim that
Or
You do
offend
care, but
all
then we
of your
don't.
race.
This is
We don't care.
Yeah, this is like our first
No.
video. We're testing the waters. Like,
Pretty
we're the
much.
little kid with the floaties on, sitting at the edge of the pool. Like, oh, okay.
Funny thing, I was at
I
swim
swear.
practice today, and
I
some
do not remember ever using
Wow.
floaties.
You really don't.
I
I did for a long
I
I was
time.
like
never
2 when my
crawled.
mom threw me in the
According to my
water.
mom, I never crawled. So,
Yeah.
I'm the kind of person that's just like, fuck your practice rules. I'm gonna keep messing up on the thing that I should have practiced for until I get it right. Or don't.
Screw your instruction manuals. I know how to use a PS2 controller.
Fuck logic, I can do it.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot. It took me like 4 hours to learn the controls because I refused to pick up the control book.
When I was like, when I was a little kid with video games, I never actually beat the games because I would get so bored with beating the levels
So did I.
Yeah.
quickly.
Like, I played like one level and then I'm just like, okay,
I
moving
beat
on.
the levels,
Oh
and then
my
I'd be
God.
bored because the game was too easy, and then I would leave them. I'm beating games that I got 6 years ago, just because now I have gotten the patience to actually play them.
Okay, no,
My
uh,
memory right now is just coming back to me. Back when I was like maybe 4, 3. I played this one game on the original Xbox called Blinks the Time Sweeper.
Oh, I
Right?
think I know that. I think I know
And
game.
that game, me and my mom spent a total, we actually had a timer going for this on how long we would play this, 114 hours. For starters, we had to get through all the levels, we got all the cat medals, we got every single trash picked up, we got 90,000 gold. Because on the last boss fight, the last boss is the second hardest, oh no, actually, recent things, the most hard boss in gaming ever is the
Really?
final boss of that game. It is the hardest boss in gaming that has ever existed. For starters, you go in, you select go. First, it makes you fight every single other boss in the game that you fought before without a break, limited time crystals, and then the only thing you get before fighting the actual final boss, which is 20 times harder than everything you've done before, you get to go to the shop, which costs a crap ton to buy everything. And the ultimate troll in gaming, there's the ultimate sweeper you can get, costs 90,000 gold, about 40 hours of grinding to get this sweeper. And you would think you could bring it back to other levels when you're done. No, it's that one only. And it's maybe like 10 minutes. So you go and fight this boss, you have to hit it about 20 times, and it goes through 7 stages. One of them where it charges you to the point where you cannot escape, and you can't use time crystals on it. It doesn't work because it's a time demon, and you have to at the very beginning, you have to hit it a couple times. You have to hit it more times. At the very end, it's like, okay, you have to gather these time crystals from around the entire map while he's shaking the ground, freezing you, pausing you, making you go faster, making you go slower, hitting you. You have to gather all 5 different time crystals, use them in order, and then kill him. And then once he's dead, and you think he's dead, no, a little green goblin dude comes out and chases after you. And you gotta kill that guy too. And once you're done killing everything, the final cutscene is amazing, especially for original Xbox. But I've not beaten that game to this day.
Finally beat.
It's horrible.
I finally beat a couple of months ago one of the Sly Cooper games.
Oh, I love those.
I finally beat it, and like probably the first time I died in the final boss battle, I beat him when you're flying, which is really hard. And then you have to hit his head a few times. Down after parkouring. I fell in the lava with 2 of the Lucky Charms and died.
Dang.
Literally, it was the most horrible thing ever because I played through the entire game in one place, and I was so fucking tired. And I just dropped the controller violently because I was pissed.
Oh yeah.
And just went to sleep. I just passed out with my lights on and the volume all the way up.
So
I woke up. I'd probably died at least 30-something times because it kept restarting the boss battle.
Yeah. So let's see here. Worst experience of a game ever. You know how when you play zombies for a really long time, like 63 hours, it will reset the game? Because it runs out of memory?
I don't even have that game.
Well,
I don't have
zombies. Call of Duty World at War, Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. One of those?
No, I don't have any of them.
I played, yeah.
I have one.
Yeah, well, one of those, if you spend enough time in a solo match or a co-op match that it lasts 63 hours to 65 hours, the game runs out of memory, and then it resets you back to round 1, because it can't go any further without breaking. So, I'm doing this, I pause the game overnight, get back up. Let's say 5-6 days later, I'm on round 193 on Derice, right?
Oh, God.
And I'm sitting here, not sleeping, because I'm pretty sure the reset's going to happen. Or actually, no. At the time, I didn't know the reset was a thing. I didn't know that happened. I was just going for a world record, because the world record was 218. So, I'm just playing, all of a sudden, the loading screen comes up, and it goes, and it starts me on round 1. I'm sitting there, looking at my screen, with my mouth, like, my jaw touching my knees, like, seriously? I threw the controller at the screen, and, funny part is, the controller broke, the TV didn't.
I think I probably told you guys, when I was conversating on Kit, that I was with my, grandpa and uncle. Did I tell you guys that, I think? I probably did. I think last week.
Don't remember right now.
My uncle, he scrapped stuff for a hobby. I got to smash computers with a hammer. It was the best thing ever.
Oh man, that sounds awesome.
I got to smash 2 of like the old 90s like monitors. And a bunch of newer monitors that weren't like really new, but are the kind you'd find in a school. It was amazing. I suggest that to anybody who's listening to this, but don't use your school as monitors. I'm pretty sure they won't be very happy when you do.
Shit.
When you get the chance. Blow it up. Put it in liquid nitrogen and then blow it up.
You know what I want? I want a pool. Have you heard like solid that like you can run across it, but if you like stand on it, you like start to sink?
Yeah,
I want
that's
I want a pool.
Water is one of the things you can use for that.
Yeah, but if you start sinking, someone has to pull you out because you can't swim in that. Like, you'll drown and die very quickly.
I want a
just
pool.
when you do that, bringing like a board or something, because you need more water pressure of what you're pulling up on to actually get out.
Yeah.
If you don't, like you said, you'll pretty much
Die.
die.
Unless someone's there to pull you out.
Okay, never
Have a
mind.
rope. Have a rope ready.
Yeah.
I'll just stick with the trampoline.
But what you would want to do, you don't need to have a rope, would be to just fill it up enough that if you went under, it would only go up to like your waist or something.
Yeah.
Because getting slowly sucked down into sand would not be, or cornstarch, wouldn't be fun for most people.
Yeah.
Then again, there is a fetish for pretty much everything, so...
Yeah,
Listen, cheeky
that's true.
motherfuckers. We know that shit in this fandom.
Yeah. Funny story about that. I never actually did that experiment with the cornstarch and water.
What?
I really wanted to, like, because you can punch it and it won't do anything, but you just stick your hand slowly and it's like, oh.
I remember doing that once. But not as a school thing, but I did that, I made that, and I just put a container of it next to an anthill.
Yeah.
I just left it there. The ants enjoyed inspecting what it was.
And they just...
All of them.
Did some of them run across it, or did they just all
Some
sink
of them
in?
went across it, but some of them would try to eat it and sink in.
Haha, that's awesome.
They would break the surface. They're
Yeah.
small enough that they won't break the surface, but once they do, they can't escape.
Yep, they're dead. They're screwed. My favorite experiment that I've done so far when it comes to science is, basically, I poured liquid nitrogen on dry ice. And super cooled the dry ice.
Oh Jesus! Why? You've killed millions with that invention.
I don't know. It's like the dry ice just got minus 100 more degrees
I think my worst,
Celsius.
I think like the worst experiment I've done was trying to figure out how to make orange juice taste like lemonade without using lemons.
Easy. Lemon juice.
Without using lemons.
It's not using lemons, it's just a little lemon juice packet from, the thing you get from, like, Taco
Yeah,
Cabana.
no, but I mean like without using
Well,
lemons. So I was trying to make it sour. Like sour, like really
Just put-
sour.
Well, easy
But-
thing. You take
no.
warheads, you dunk it in for 2 minutes, and
No,
you pull
shut
it
up.
out.
I was 8.
Buy citric
Eight?
acid on the internet.
8?
I was 8.
You know what I was doing
And
when
I
I was
had
8?
a bucket of oranges. I had a water bottle, and I had a bunch of random food items that I had in my room. So I just
remember in
started
sixth
dunking
grade-
everything in the pot.
I remember.
And
in
then I
sixth
took a
grade-
sip of it when I was done. I'm like, this doesn't taste half bad. So I went upstairs and I offered some to like somebody, I forgot who, and they nearly vomited on me.
Nice.
I remembered in 6th grade. We had this science thing because in Washington the science is really crappy, where we were dissolving citric acid in water to see how much would be able to be held by the water, and this kid ate it. The teacher got so mad and said, "What if that was deadly poison?" And the kid said, "Well, it says in the container, it's citric acid." And the teacher said, "Well, what if it was mislabeled?" And like 3 people said, then the school would get sued and you would get fired. It was hilarious.
Yeah, that's pretty true. I've actually thought of suing my school a couple times, because last year, that school hated me. Like, everyone in it, the teachers, the students, everyone hated me.
Oh, and
Emma
anyone-
goes to that school now, and you could ask any of the teachers, and they'll say my name, and then they'll say, "Oh, I hated that kid."
Actually, Ryan, I've been asking quite a few teachers, and so far I've only found one that actually knows who you are. So,
Did you ask my teachers?
No.
That
I asked-
might be the reason.
I asked Miss Livesey.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, Miss Livesey knows, because I was the one in her class that was, I don't know, I was pretty mean to the person right next to me because he was a major retard.
Oh my god, this dude named Oscar sat next to me and started poking me while I was doing timed writing,
Yeah.
asking me to make a mistake. So he tried to poke me again. I grabbed his finger and I twisted it up. I'm like, you poke me again, I break your finger off.
Nice.
Yeah,
But we
Oh.
appear like nice people, but You can turn
I,
it
Yeah.
into
I,
other
I
quick.
appear very nice when I was little, and then I've grown up into this person. Like, I will seem nice on the surface, but you get me angry, and I will break you.
Yeah. Paradox knows this from the chat. Like, I was talking on Kick. You can tell, like, right now, I'm a pretty awesome guy. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Paradox, you
I
eat
talk,
people.
and I'm pretty, nice. But as Paradox knows, I do not mess around with people who are, complete stupid.
I agree. I totally agree.
Like, and even when it comes to, like, fighting, it's like, I don't even know why this started. Why are you so retarded?
I think I probably explained it to you, Frost.
Yeah,
For
you verbally fight.
one thing that anybody who's listening should note: if anyone's messing with you, ask them what their favorite meat is, and then when they say what it is or don't, tell them that your favorite is human because, like bacon, it has 5 flavors and is one of the most delicious meats on Earth.
It really is, honestly.
It actually is. Scientists actually did a study on that. I
Yes,
don't know who the hell would accept money to eat people other than me. But I mean, it actually is one of the most delicious
okay,
meats on
This
Earth.
chat
But
got so
actually,
far
like-
into cannibalism, I can't even. There was this one description. This guy, he
Cat
went
said
to
that-
this person who was a donor, right? And they cut off part of his thigh, and then they cooked it. And then they handed it to him, and they told him, write a description on how this tastes, be very detailed. And he said that it tasted like deer.
Every part of the human body tastes like a different
Different.
animal. The human body, every piece of meat has 5 different flavors, so it will be
You know-
tasted better than anyone ever.
If we take all the stupid people in the world and we cook them, we can end world hunger.
Yes!
If we-
Finally! Natural selection!
If we equally divide the amount of food that every country has throughout the world, everybody will have a decently sized meal every day. But you
Then
want to know
again,
why we
that
don't do
isn't that like
in
the
America?
agenda's plan, though?
You want to know why we don't do that in America? Because almost everybody in America is too concerned with having 3 hamburgers.
Capitalism.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
Here-
that's why North Korea is the best country. I swear, Kim Jong-un doesn't care about his people. That's why he's the smartest leader.
More people are obese than people are starving in America.
It's
So-
well, I mean, there's more obese people in America than there are starving children in Africa, and
Yeah,
everyone
that's bad.
complains about, oh God, there's starving children in Africa. People are dying from being fat over here.
You want to know what people complain more about over here? Somebody put cheese on my hamburger, or I ordered this with no mayo.
I don't want onions on this McRib.
I've literally heard more people about how they have like onions on their sandwich or tomato, or they don't like ketchup on their French fries. Or,
You know what's stupid? And I'm gonna say this really quickly, and hopefully we'll get off the subject so I don't offend everyone in the planet. But I do not understand teen pregnancy. Why don't you get an abortion? Because
What?
there are more kids in orphanages, and your unwanted child that you're not going to raise properly does not deserve to be put in an orphan.
I'm not a fan of abortions for the reason that you should have worn a freaking condom.
Well, I mean, if you're raped, there's one thing. That's the
It's
only
now.
thing.
Yeah.
And then there's birth control. And
Yeah, there's
it's
so
just
many
so
things
simple.
you could do.
If you're just
If you
going
have-
to give it, like,
And then they give TV shows to teenage pregnancy, making people think, oh no, this is normal.
yeah, but that's
It is
bad.
The sad thing is, it actually is a quite common thing. If you're
Yeah.
going to have sex,
Stupid.
you need to be prepared. You need to wear a
Yep.
freaking condom. You need to take the goddamn pills, and you need to do whatever you can to prevent having a baby. If you don't do
Yep.
this, you're taking care of that goddamn kid. You shouldn't be able
Yep.
to put him in a freaking orphanage.
Yeah.
No,
so,
but here,
something about
here's
that
the
though.
thing. Most
Go
serial
on.
killers come from abusive homes from people who didn't want to have a child.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
if the kid it has good enough parents that they can go out and have sex with it, because if they have enough money and they have enough stuff to go do this, then the parents of this kid and this kid can obviously take care of the baby.
Yep.
There are people that go out and do this kind of stuff because they don't have a good life. But I mean,
Yeah.
these people, you need to give teenagers access to the things that they need if they're going to keep doing this. If you're not gonna, if you as a country aren't going to go out of your time to stop people from having sex, then at least give these people the stuff that they can have to not have the kid.
Yeah.
On another note, have you ever, like, I don't know what it's called exactly, but apparently if you are, like, standing on, like, a really tall building, for example, and you have, like, the urge in the back of your mind to jump off, and it sounds oddly appealing, that's because it's, like, this evolution thing where we evolved to just accept and make the most, like, the most important choice you can make in that situation. It seems oddly appealing despite what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Funny thing.
That has that is the same effect that when your window is open and you're texting on your phone, then you want to throw it out the freaking window.
Yeah.
I literally, when I feel that, I curl around my phone because I am afraid that I will do that.
I love my phone, but I hate it.
Probably end up someday hucking my phone out the window just because I am a decently compulsive person.
Yeah.
I don't let myself think about things because I will think about them forever. So I have become a very compulsive person. I'm going to do it if I think about it and nobody stops me.
Yep. Here, funny thing. Have you ever had like an argument in YouTube comments, right? Just like in general,
yes,
any
yes,
type of
yes.
argument in the YouTube comments?
Or probably something like iFunny would work as an
Or iFunny. Just any type of argument when it comes to the fandom and you're trying to defend it and they're being retards.
Yes, I have.
I did that like 24
Just like, I'm in this one thing. It's on the College Humor video, the furry superhero thing.
Mhm.
You know? So, there's this one guy in the comments is like, thank you, College Humor, for raising awareness about these sick people who caused AIDS.
What?
So, yeah. So,
I face
300
palm
comment
so hard.
section, and I'm just arguing this guy. And there just comes a time when they say something so stupid that it just makes me want to mute the post. Like, I'm just done with these people. So, this came to the point to where I wanted to stop whenever, basically I said, seriously, if you were any more retarded, I think we'd have to diagnose you. And then he replies with, you know, this is why I'm pro-abortion, because people like you shouldn't exist. And then I just muted the post. I'm done. I'm tired of people.
This is
Like
why-
some people, it's like their intelligence is up their ass.
Yeah, it's like, I've gone through this entire thing. Like, if you just go down, it's Wyman Manderley, and I'm pretty sure you've known him because he's the person that hates us the most. Yeah, 300 comment section. And the funny thing is, other people joined in. Like, this one guy named Kobidi Dog is like some furry with like an IQ of 400 and deeply into Christianity. And so it's weird. He's like insulting, but he's also telling them like, "Oh, it's fine. Oh, but you're insulting us, but screw you, but you're wrong, but it's all right." So
Oh god.
it was so awkward. Like, I don't think I've ever had a more awkward argument in my life.
I think the most awkward argument I had was when me and my friend were arguing. I'm like, so, Harley, did you do the homework? And she's like, no, give me your homework now. Quickly. And I'm like, no. And then the substitute policeman comes over to our table and sits down with us and starts making jokes and talking about cheating and drugs and stuff. And he like said, so what's that? And he like pointed to Harley's music folder and said, is that like a love letter? And like, and then my friend Harley's like, it's my music folder. Emma's an artist. And she's like, he turns to me and he says, oh really? Do you have artwork you can show me? I'm like, no. So my friend grabs me a piece of paper and a pencil and shoves it towards me, says draw. And so I just start drawing, and this is funny because like he's completely silent. And then a few seconds later, another teacher walks by, and the policeman turns to her and says, she just made 3 circles into a masterpiece.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Have you ever had
usually all it
so-
takes.
an argument with an offensive, but it made you happy because of how they reacted? Because
Yeah,
I had this
because they only have 2 arguments, and they're both completely wrong.
No, I
Yeah.
had this argument.
No,
it wasn't about
some
the
of them, except for the dog fucker, that's completely wrong. Fur fag is half right for me. It's half right.
Like, I posted this on the Furry Teens website that I'm on. It's like a forum. My signature at the bottom, normally some people have art there. Mine is, I'm being a fur fag and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yes.
I had this argument with this guy. The picture was like there was only 2 genders. Repub, if you paid attention in biology. I
Yeah.
commented that apparently this guy didn't, and some other guy comes up and says, "Ding dong, your opinion is wrong." I told him to read that back to himself slowly. When he realized that an opinion cannot be wrong, he apologized for saying that and deleted the comment.
Oh. Oh.
If that guy's listening, that's a shout out to you. You're like the nicest offensive ever.
Like, oh.
My
Like,
It's
thing-
like whenever you
That was
think somebody's
bad.
stupid, and then they're like, oh yeah, I was wrong. It's like,
I'm wrong, so
some
I'm gonna
people
fix
don't
myself.
understand it, some people do, and most of the time, when people understand that they're wrong, they're so hard-headed that they're just gonna keep arguing no matter what is right or
Okay,
wrong.
you know what I love?
I used to be like that when I was much younger, but I was so good at like talking because I would pay attention to my mom who got like a psychology degree. I would convince them that they were wrong even though I knew I was wrong.
Yeah.
I've convinced it's really interesting. People, humans.
Humans.
The
Humans.
humans.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick to screw with all your breathing methods. You are now manually breathing, and now you're thinking about breathing.
Yes.
Damn it.
I don't understand that.
And now
But,
you're manually breathing. So ha.
Quick note,
You're not
I'm gonna
manually
put this
blinking.
into a music break. Thank you. At this point, if you're still here, I'm surprised, unless you're doing something else on your computer and you just need something to listen to.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to a music break and kind of stop recording for now, but stay for the next hour if you want. See
We're not
you
gonna
there.
force you.
I might stay.
What's that metronome I hear? Perhaps the end is drawing near. You never hear the shot that takes you down. Out of time, so say goodbye. What is yours now is mine. And I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you. Almost to the mountaintop, slip and fall just like a stone, rolling ever faster to this nightmare you have sown. You had it all right in your grasp, but in a breath, the minute passed. Now at last the end has come. You are all alone, out of time. So say goodbye. What is yours now is mine, and I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you. I make them for you. All your dreams are just illusion, based on nothing and confusion. Don't you look behind the curtain? No one tell me it is a day. I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for I dream broken dreams. I make them come true. I make them for you. I make them come true. Them for you.
Welcome back to the 30 minutes, not an hour, because I'm gonna have to sleep very soon. We decided not to record tomorrow because we're having a lot of fun just talking. That's how
We could record tomorrow for the next,
we could.
or just
but-
twice as long as you were originally going to.
It's yeah, but then the upload time is just cancer, so I tend to stay away from that. Easy topic. So, article. Florida veteran didn't give his name, so everyone just calls him Florida Man. He says he's going to go fight ISIS.
Oh,
Alright.
Because of all the things they've been doing. It's like, okay, I've seen that ISIS has been doing a lot of killing, and I'm tired of it. I love this country, and if I die, I'm sorry, but I'm going to go and do something about it. So, Florida Man is going to go take on ISIS for us. See, we don't need to worry about anything, because Florida Man's got our back.
This is the same
We don't need
Florida
to
man
worry.
that torched his girlfriend's car before having sex with her on the beach.
What?
Yeah, I read this article. This guy in Florida dumped gas all over his girlfriend's car and lit it on fire, and then had sex with her on the beach.
Talk about kinks.
It deserves a round of applause.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Would rate.
That's how you ask out a girl, apparently.
You break
In
their
Florida.
I'll have
Because
to
Florida's
remember
weird like that. And that's how
Okay.
they do.
car. My dog's barking, and I don't appreciate it.
Penny!
Calm down, dog. I want to put on a hat backwards and like a really loose coat and just say that and like a really ghetto
Oh,
laugh.
speaking of which, the whole weekend, like when I am not in school, I'm wearing a backwards baseball cap.
Yep.
I'm wearing my hoodie and I'm wearing a backwards baseball cap, and I swear to God, I tricked several people into thinking I was a dude.
Well, you have shorter hair now.
I
Yeah.
used to look like a girl a lot. And anybody who knew I was a guy and knows that I'm crazy slightly was much more scared of me. Apparently, bald people and guys with really long like hair that act abnormal are really scary people for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't understand the people
Ryan
with
has
long
longer
hair.
hair than me, so.
Yeah, I have longer hair than her.
I don't understand the people with long hair being scary, but I mean, I know that people with short hair are associated with meth. So yeah.
That's cute.
I'm eating food. Hamburger helper.
I had a favorite.
Yeah.
I once ate hamburger helper without hamburger. It tasted disgusting.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. It aids hamburger. You can't have hamburger helper without hamburger. Then it's just helper, and it's like
Just
you're at a
helper.
doctor's office.
Yeah, it tasted like the physical embodiment of every single hospital food stuck together.
Have
So,
you
I
ever
mean,
had that like antibiotic that was like a white powdery liquid?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But
Like
my sister was
the worst thing ever. Like I put it in my mouth and then I spit it on the fridge.
there was this
Like
one,
I could not keep it in my throat. It would not let me. It was like
my sister was in Mexico, and they gave her these pills of some form of you know the bacteria stuff.
yeah.
Whatever the name of that is. It was like one of the newer ones because the older ones no longer work because of the supervisor.
Bacteria killer.
And it was little tiny white pellets that kind of tasted like sugar but weren't.
Yeah.
And it's just like, why do we, on the topic of like viruses and stuff, why are all the viruses getting worse? I know the answer to that, but
I know the answer.
In a world where all the viruses get worse and the medicine starts to taste like candy.
It's because we're running out of antibiotics and we're getting so used to taking medicine and drugs and stuff. We're getting
They're just evolving, I tell you. They're evolving.
we're
that's
immune to like
what
the medicine.
That is not what
And,
most would say.
And also people are morons, so like
Yes. I second that.
You take pills for everything. I just sneezed. It's time to go to the ER.
Yep. That's how
Time to go to the ER.
That's how I
got the
used to be.
fucking- I got
Because
Ebola now.
I went to the school, the one she's at right now.
Yeah.
I hated it with every fiber of my being. So every chance that I got that would get me to go home, even when I didn't do anything and I didn't feel anything, I'd be going to the nurse saying, "Oh my God, I'm dying."
so did I. I actually did that one. I'm just like, I'm really pissed off at school right now. I'm just gonna go to the nurse and complain about me having a migraine again.
I would explain exactly why I hate school and the people that go there, and you guys would probably not want to post it on the internet just because of the amount of profanity I'd use while explaining it.
Oh, no, I see, when I'm at school, I talk so much trash about the school, and even when the principals are right next to me. It's
Okay.
like, it's not because of the school itself. This school is better. The faculty is better, the people are nicer, the kids who are rude just decided, hey, I'm gonna hit puberty now and be less retarded, and...
Retarded.
So the funniest thing happened in gym class today. So me and my friend, we had downloaded this like voice altering app, and
Oh, beautiful.
okay, so we all sang Little Einstein into it, and then we played it back at really high pitch and really loud, and then the whole gym went silent. And all you could hear was like a very high pitched Little Einstein. Little Einstein! Throughout the club, and it was hilarious.
So, my Jewish friend...
Why I dislike my school.
My Jewish friend...
Just for the sake of time.
What?
It'd be very interesting. Oh, there goes the sword.
So, my Jewish friend, I started the little Einstein's thing. It was like, we're going on a trip, and then he said, to a place called Auschwitz, and it's shower time. And he's Jewish. Little Jew-steins.
Little Jew-steins.
Funny part is, he makes so much fun of his own race. He's German and Jewish, so he gets so much comedy out of that. He makes jokes about that. And whenever he today, the reason, kind of way I broke my tablet because I was squatting down at the time, we were trying to move one of those little gutter thingies up because there was a penny at the bottom and he wanted it.
Oh my.
Oh.
So I tried lifting up the thing, and those things are a lot heavier than you think. But I lifted it up, and he was trying to get it. And then my friend threw an Oreo bag down there after, and then we just put it back and went on. I think that's a win. That's a pretty good win.
Oh, the funniest thing happened. So I was in the bathroom, and I started reading the graffiti on the stall wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I noticed that somebody throughout the whole entire school had gone back to all the mean and hateful comments with a giant Sharpie and just started writing nice things next to it, like nice things about people. So it was hilarious because, like, it was insulting, like, Josh sucks. Josh is an amazing person.
I would try to be that person, but I don't think I'd have the time.
No, but it was like throughout
There was this kid in school who was drawing like swastikas and stuff all over the bathrooms.
Yeah.
And that was in 6th grade.
We all know that kid.
I was
That one guy.
to one of my friends. That you know how like the swastika is reversed. It is a symbol of peace.
Yeah.
There was this kid who I was talking to in my school, because the kid who everybody thought did it, left. He was like, you remember how so and so was doing that? And I'm like, oh yeah, that was interesting. And he's like, that wasn't him, that was me, and it was the most hilarious thing ever. I don't even know.
That's beautiful. Oh, Emma, I'm glad you weren't there. Or you wouldn't know this anyway. But when last year, on the second to last week of school, in the boys' bathroom, someone just decided to poop, like, on the toilet seat. Like, none of it is dripping. It's like an ice cream cone. Like, it was molded into the shape of ice cream, like, swirled up. And it is just sitting there perfectly, like, perfectly erect there, just sitting. And it's like, oh my god, someone spent the time to mold their poop and put it on the toilet seat.
That's when
And
you know
I
you have enough
walked in
time
there.
to see a doctor.
I walked in there, I opened the stall, and then I looked, I closed it, nope, I'm done. I just walked, I
It's like,
went
no, I don't
straight,
even need to poop
The
anymore.
library.
I went to the opposite hall. Like, I went to the opposite side of the school to poop in a different bathroom, because I do not want to be part of that.
Right.
The library in my town is still looking for the person who has been pooping in their sink.
They're still looking for that fucker. They don't know where he's at.
That one guy, man.
Don't get that fucker, man. Don't
It's
fucking
happened
find
like
him.
5 times so far.
Don't go get fucking Ace Detective Phoenix right on that shit.
Phoenix Wright.
We've
10 out of
gotten
10,
so
Detective.
off topic again. It's hilarious.
It's like we're here to talk about Furry. We're here to talk about
Florida
other shit.
Man, so I can understand
This
how we're
is
talking
just
about
like-
poo now because it started with Florida Man, but I mean
Florida Man.
Florida Man is
shit.
the
Oh!
Let's go fight ISIS.
There is a guy. There is a guy. who
Shots
they're looking
fired.
for.
Shots fired.
I read the article. Let's see if I can find it. That they're looking for who is been serial shitting on cars.
I like how they just put serial shitting. I like it.
Where is it? God damn it!
That's
funny.
so.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this once. Have you guys
Okay.
seen?
For the past 3 years,
Shut
Ohio
up.
police have been on the lookout for a serial pooper who has been pooping on at least 19 cars. And there's
Oh my
a picture of him. After reading this, I found the actual article online. It was the best thing ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so have
Emma,
you ever
talk.
heard of a Little Baby Ice Cream commercial?
Oh
Yes.
my god, I love those commercials.
Dude,
I was not fazed by those, and I sent everybody in my class because the quick right was
I sent Ryan a
what's the most inspirational commercial you've ever seen? And that was my response. Nobody in class could look at the computers for the rest of the day.
Okay.
Everybody was freaking out.
Okay, so my friend showed me this today. I never heard about this before today. And my friend showed me this. She's like, hey Emma, I want to listen to some music. Can you pull out your phone? And I'm like, okay. So I pull out my phone. I get on YouTube and I put my earbuds in. And I put one earbud in her ear. And suddenly, I start hearing that creepy music. And she showed me the video, and I jumped out of my seat because we're in the middle of science class and we're not supposed to have our phones out. And like, it was hard to conceal the fact that I was traumatized by this.
You know how wrapping your phone in certain materials will make it so you can't get calls for like 15 minutes after you take it out?
No.
Yeah.
My science teacher, if he catches you on your phone more than 3 times in a day, he takes your phone and wraps it in aluminum foil.
Lol.
Nice.
Then you can't make any calls.
You know what the funny thing is about my coach? My Coach Meyer. What he does, if he finds you on your phone texting someone, he will take your phone and then text them. Just random things. Like, he will just take their phone and then they'll be like texting someone and it'll be named like Josiah or friend Josh or Bay, and he'll just start texting them based on the name, and it's like, so my person I know, he's not a friend, he's just an entity. His name is Julius. He was texting someone with the name Bay, and then a heart after it. So he's like, "Who's Bay?" And he's like, "No, it's no one. Don't even worry about it." And he's like, "I'm gonna text Bay." "Which Bay? Your Bay, my Bay." "I'm texting your Bay. Don't text my Bay." He responds with, "Hey, girl." how you doing? And then he gets a picture message. He went and got a selfie from behind Julius, and it was just, he took a selfie, and then Julius was turning around at the time, took a selfie with him in frame, and he had the most awkward face on at the time. It's like his nose was kind of flared up, and Coach Meyer just sitting there smiling like a selfie, and it was like, "This is my new friend, Coach Kevin Meyer," and he's like, she responded with, "Why are you texting me this? I'm in the middle of class." So then the coach asks, "What class are you in? What's your name?" And he's trying to get the phone at the time, and he's like, "I don't know if I should tell you this."
Shit.
And that's great. Like, I'm lucky enough to where that I don't have my phone right now, because I'm pretty sure he would be texting, like, and if you ever get weird texts from me that I probably wouldn't say to you, that's probably Coach Myers. Because he doesn't take it. Like, I've come to learn that in the court of law, if a teacher takes your phone and then takes it after, like, to the end of the day and then makes you pay for it later, that's illegal. You can sue people for that.
What do you mean by paying for it? Like, actually?
Well, at my school, if you get your phone taken up, you're supposed to go. They bring it to the front office, and you have to pay $15 to get it back.
It's stupid.
That's illegal.
That's illegal. So that's never happened to me.
It's
But the
also-
first time it does, my school is gonna be out a couple $1 million, and I'm gonna be rich, baby.
And then we
If I went to that school, I would be playing on my phone all the time just so they would take it, and then I would sue them.
Yes. See, the plan is that if that does ever happen to me, it's going to be so funny because I'm going to miss so much school trying to get this case settled with my mom and everything.
And they can't give you bad grades.
my mom's a lawyer.
Yeah, they can't. They definitely can't. But my school is like, "Oh no, if you're absent more than 9 times in one semester, you're going to have to make up those hours. Every single class is 1 hour, and we have 7 classes in a day.
7 hours times 9 days.
7 hours times however many days you're absent
3
after the
hours.
thing. You have about 14 hours to make up, young sir." And I'm like, I bring in doctor's notes every single time. You can screw off.
They can't legally, I don't think, make you, or at least
Yeah.
not in Washington, make up days that you have doctor's notes for.
Yeah, every single time I have a doctor's note. But I saw this one person, and he is like the most inspirational person ever. Right?
He's like that guy. He's like that guy. You just,
He's like the most interesting person.
He's like Morgan
He
Freeman.
He
except not
sleeps
Morgan Freeman.
in class all the time.
My friend,
Like,
Oh my god.
he
My
sleeps a
friend
lot. There's
thought-
that one guy that sleeps, right? And then the teacher gets on to him about sleeping one day. And he goes back to sleep after the lecture she gives him. Right?
my friend got
Oh.
and this is an achievement, I think close to 0% in the class, and passed. When
Wait, what?
I don't know how. Probably
Okay,
an
okay,
IEP
so
or
this
something.
happened in
You want to know what he
first
did in class
Eh.
every day? He
Slept.
slept. If the teacher tried to talk to him, he would slam his head on the desk and then go back to sleep.
Smart.
That-
That one guy
Exactly.
that I was telling about. I'm sorry, Emma. I want to tell this story because it's so funny and awesome.
What?
Like, he's my new hero. So the teacher comes up and pulls him off the desk. You go outside. He stands up, looks her straight in the eye, and says, "All right, well, now that I'm sleeping in class, I might as well make this a big deal since you're making it a big deal. Right after I leave school, I drive to the cancer hospital to help my mom, to sit there with her. And then I come back home, make sure my baby sister is fed, get her to sleep, go up to the hospital to treat my father, and then I go make sure my uncle has his food and breakfast ready in the morning, and by the time I get back, it's 3 in the morning. I will sleep whenever I want to and wherever." And then he left and slammed the door. And he walked out of the school and back home.
What a
Oh my
boss.
God. And it's
Like,
true?
This was a real thing that happened. And that is my new, that is an idol.
I would give
That
that
is
guy
awesome.
everything I owned if I actually knew him. I would probably give him like almost everything I owned. That
Yeah.
is amazing. And then if this teacher's ever like got mad at him, he could bring them a book and then fall asleep. And if they tried to get mad at him, he could take the book back and fall asleep on it.
Yep.
You should actually like buy that guy a pillow bookcase for school textbooks because they sell those, and in class in front of that teacher, give it to him.
Yeah.
Bitching.
Okay,
So he is now allowed to sleep in most of his classes after that huge outbreak. But, of course, the school system tried to give him suspension for that. For leaving the school and disrespecting a teacher.
no.
Nigga didn't
Yeah.
give a shit. He's like, hey, that's how
Not
you
So,
sleep.
he
Oh,
got his
damn.
mom in the cancer hospital to write a very lengthy note to that school. And then they just like, oh, okay. This woman's crazy. She probably's gonna die anyway. Let's just not do anything to the kid.
Okay, so this is way less heroic and more retarded, but there's this kid in first grade, and I despised him because, like, every time we took a spelling test, he would be sleeping or reading a book, and I would be taking my test, and I would get 100, and then we turned in our homework for the week, he would just sit there and yell at the teacher by, and he would answer any of the work, he never turned in a homework assignment. Well, I got 100, and I had to sit next to this kid, and I hated his guts, because he got to sleep. The whole class period. Every day, every week. And I come across this kid. That, like, how many years later, in 6th grade, he's in advanced math, and he's still sleeping in class. He's still making zeros on everything. It's clear that his parents are just paying the school to let him stay in class.
Yeah.
Like, how...
Could have an IEP for that, honestly, depending on
Yeah.
which school system you go to.
It's like,
Because the school system, if he takes the tests, I've seen people with IEPs that if he can pass his tests, he doesn't have to do his homework. Which,
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good because the school system's kind of bending, even though our school systems are crap and lots of people just can't pass the tests.
The school system is corrupt anyway, I don't care.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's really, really stupid. I just want to...
Especially ours, because with the thing with where they take your phone, like,
Yeah.
what even comes
They're
into your
breaking
mind?
the
We
law.
gonna steal your phone. You're gonna have to pay for it.
Oh, no,
Even-
That's what
I think-
Coach Myers
well,
awesome.
I'm gonna
My mom nearly got my phone taken
If
up
my
because she
school ever
texted
tried-
me in the middle of class.
inform them of this. They did a scientific study, and if you don't believe me, go check and see if you can find it. Tell me. Because I've looked for the study and I haven't found it, but I found a bunch of little like information and snippets off of it. But they did a study, and well, like, when you take a kid's phone, like a smartphone, they're more anxious because your phone is your access to your friends, and like it makes it harder for people to pay attention because they're too busy thinking about their phone.
When am I gonna get it back?
Taking your phone, taking a kid's phone makes them less productive in class than when they were on their phone. Because at least
Yeah.
they do their work at some point when they have their phone. Honestly, when teachers will be rude to me, Like, most of the time, teachers are never rude to me anymore, just due to the fact that I make them very unhappy with their lives.
Yeah,
There
I've done that with one of
are
my
teachers
teachers.
who although this one wasn't me, this was my friend. He moved to a different state because my mom lived next to his house because he thought that I was related to this my friend because I'm always with him. He literally moved to a different state. He still owns the house, but he moved. It
Yeah,
was the best. It was like the best thing ever. As
yeah,
he found out that my mom lived next door and my friend would come by occasionally, he moved.
yeah.
Stopped working at the school because of what my friend did. What this teacher did is he said this guy was doing a test and a kid was cheating by looking at his paper. So he hit the kid with the paper and said, "No, don't cheat off my test." The teacher got up in my friend's really close to my friend and said, "What's the difference between you hitting him with a paper and me hitting you in the face with my belt?" So the teacher, the kid said, my friend, he said, what was it? He was like, "What's the difference between you hitting me and me impaling your head on a spike?" And the teacher went and sat down and didn't look at my friend for the rest of the period. And he never taught in because he was a substitute. He never subbed in a class that my friend had again. And then he
Nice.
moved. He moved when he found out that my friend knew where he lived. Because
Dang.
it was the most amazing thing ever.
Oh, that actually reminds me of my sixth grade year. I had this one horrible teacher. Her name was Miss Durham, right? And I was in her home class. I was in her home class. Like, I had to be there at the beginning of the day and then at the end of the day, waiting for the bus, right? Or waiting to be dismissed for the bus. So, about 3 weeks into the school, I decided, I don't like you. I go to other class at end of day. Thank you, but no thanks. So, I go
Miss
to the
Durham's
next
going
door.
to kill you.
I go to the next door, and I am in Mr. Mayfield's class. And whenever I act up in there, which I normally did because I was a 6th grader and I was stupid, he sent me back because he knew I didn't like her. So one day, she just walked up to me and was like, "What did you do this time to get sent in here?" And I said, "Oh, nothing really." "Oh, nothing, huh? Well, I heard you through the wall." And at this time, I was saying mean stuff to other kids, and it's like, "Oh, well, why don't you tell me?" And then she explained exactly what I said, and she said, "You know, that could get you like suspended." And it's like, "So what, are you going to suspend me?" Just because you said that, how about sure? So then she's goes and gets a paper, and
Oh,
I
God.
said, are you serious? You're gonna sit here and do that because I say something to you? You're the most retarded teacher that I've ever had. And then she just looks at me and is like, "What'd you just say?" I said,
God.
"You need to actually do your job better because I learn nothing in your class. All I do is despise you. You teach me nothing. None of the kids in the class learn anything because you do not stimulate my mind, and I always talk because I am not entertained. You are stupid, and I'm done with your class." I threw my backpack at the wall, and one of her butterflies that's hanging up there just kind of shattered and fell
Oh my
down,
God.
which I had to pay her $20 for that. And I just walked out of class. Left my backpack there. I just walked out. And I
Dude.
went
I
straight
don't
to the
even want
principal's
my
office.
backpack.
I had Miss Durham. I was late to her class every single day.
Yeah,
And one
we all
time,
have that one class.
yeah, she was my she hated my guts just
Yep.
for that. I cannot imagine what she did to you.
Oh yeah, she hated me.
Oh.
She really did.
She actually told several funny stories about you, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But anyway, so one time, actually, I remember, I came to class on time for once. And
nice.
she started clapping. Like, "Well done, Emma, well done."
Positive reinforcement. It's the only thing that makes me mad.
The one thing I loved about her class was my friend was in there too. And she, we were watching The Cat in the Hat. The live action one.
Oh.
and we all just had our own little commentary video. I swear to God, it would get like 10 million hits on YouTube. I swear.
What was the what class does she teach now? Because back when it was then, I had. Oh yeah, it was. It's
I
still
had
language
this
arts.
one teacher that didn't teach a class. I was in that class for what was it? 4th period, I think. Right before math, and the class literally there were 4 kids in there. She didn't do anything. She played on her computer. She wasn't supposed to teach us anything. We were just in there because we had IEPs.
Nice.
One time that I had a thing that I needed help with. I was like typing something, and I was really crappy at typing back when I was in that class. And she told me she couldn't because she was working. So I came over to look what she was doing. She was buying alcohol on the internet.
It's nice. Oh,
That's
so
working.
back on actual topic about what this video is about.
What?
I saw this
forgot.
one advertisement about the first ever furry energy drink.
Oh.
What?
They have that?
Yeah, that's a thing now. You can
That's
buy
a
a
thing?
24-pack for $50
Does it contain
and have it shipped to
Pop-Gum?
you.
Because
It's like
that's a thing now.
$2 per thing, right?
I
I'll
told you,
fucking-
dude. The agenda's taken over.
The agenda is pleased.
Okay. You know what
I
I
see
noticed?
pictures of that. I'm like,
They won't be pleased until we have 1 million for Affinity accounts.
There are probably like more than enough people in like fandoms like furries, My Little Pony, anime, stuff like that. There are probably enough people in those fandoms that we can overtake the world if we wanted to.
If we tried, but that's what the agenda's trying to do. The furry agenda. And they're like kind of succeeding. They have this one like 40-year plan right now
I
about
saw
how
that.
they're going to control the government and seize the world. Which I believe that's a pretty smart idea. But then again, when you think about it, if everyone in the world was a furry, how would that make us any like unique?
Yeah, because
Like-
us furries,
Yeah.
like, we're our
So
own person.
basically, this is what our message is to all you people that are not in fandoms.
They be hating.
No, shut up. That if we just don't want to be normal so much that you better start behaving better, or else we're gonna take over your shit.
Yeah. Oh God. Now that I think about it, there's always this one guy that hates on every single fandom that exists.
Yeah,
Right?
for no reason.
Like, just for no reason, right? There'll be the one they'll
There'll
come
be that
out with
guy.
like the most generic crap. Like, oh, otakus are weird. They paint their hair pink and then like talk in Japanese. Or and then they'll just call it weeboos. My Little Ponies are weird. Why would you rape horses?
Why would you argue with the
Okay, we call that section clopping, and we never go there.
Yeah.
I
So,
have like 5
and then-
million ponies on my wall just because I think they're cute.
Yeah.
If not-
The thing is about that. There's always the one rebuttal that's like, why do you even exist?
Like,
Because we enjoy a show going outside the normal limits of
No,
what.
this is the response to what they're saying. Why do you even exist? And then he responds with, because all you people are weird. And it's like, oh, okay, everyone, the jig is up, we're weird. Oh no, everyone, you better stop being weird.
Found out.
Oh my
They
god,
found
they
out,
found
oh
us.
man. They found out, guys, oh no. So, the moral of the story, no matter how much you say, oh my god, you're stupid, oh my god, you rape dogs,
It's not gonna
that's
change.
not gonna stop, that's not gonna change, there's nothing that you're gonna say that's gonna make us stop being a furry.
Judging
Like,
by
come on.
all
You're just like being annoying. Like, you're just like a mosquito. That's all you are to me.
yeah. Judging by everything in my room right now, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna stop just because someone makes fun of me.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
like
think
it's
we're
like
up
even
at
some
the-
of us have like a fuck. Oh yeah, hold up. Fucking, I don't even know what I was gonna talk about. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, we're
I'll
at
cover
the
it
1
next
hour
time.
and 30-minute mark.
I don't
so I believe that this is the end of the first Frostcast. So if you want, comment topics in the description or news articles and stuff.
We'll go way off topic. So
we'll go off topic, but you know, at least we kind of come back at one point, you know. So thank you everyone for watching. This has been the Frostcast. The leader Frost over here, Monster Pony, the co-host, and then Snackin'. I believe that he was snacking this whole time.
Yeah,
I was like crinkling.
I was doing random shit. I do random shit.
And then Paradox, he's gone. I don't know what happened to him. He just kind of... Oh, he had to leave because his dad is home. Alright, well, that's totally fine. Thank you for watching. And when the next one is up, I'll have an annotation on screen to link you there. For now, enjoy this music, and see you next time.
Bye!